The Good Times Hot 100 DJs.
Yeah, what's good? You live here right now with your PNC boys, live on the streets of Bucktown, Brooklyn. We about to go live right now. DTF Radio, Good Time. We got to the baby girl, Lady Charisma. You already know. Mr. Pay attention. We about to go live. You better tune in right now. All right, don't miss it.
Thank you. We are back. It's your boy, Mr. Pay Attention. Now, I mean, live and direct from the Good Times Radio Show. Yeah, I mean, sponsored by the Good Times Tobacco Company, makers of the Good Times Cigarillo. Mia, are my headphones on? I can't hear myself.
Can't hear you either.
Hello. There I go. I sound good. Miss Charisma, where you at? You there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Still Tech, y'all there?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, fellas? Again, we got Smif-N-Wessun in the building.
Legends.
Yeah, my mic on. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, check that out when I'm sitting next to the legends.
So what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Oh man, it's good. It feels good to be on top of solid ground, feet to touch the concrete one more time.
Word. I feel you, you know what I'm saying? So we got you guys here today, you know what I'm saying, to talk about this Born and Raised album.
Word.
You know what I mean? Now this album is different from, you know what I'm saying, y'all, the Shining album or you know what I'm saying, I'm drawing a blank right now, you know what I mean? Rude Awakening, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Monumental, it's different from, it's not actually totally different from anything we ever made, because even on a Shining and Rude Awakening, we made songs in that vein. It's just that this is one complete body of work where those songs are just catered to that form of work like that.
Yeah, and pay attention, like, it's not an album, it's an EP. Whatever the EP means. I never really knew what the difference between an LP and an EP was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I know it's shorter. I know an EP is shorter than an LP.
Exactly.
Like in a full-length album, a full-length LP is different. Like, so The Shining is clearly different than a Born and Raised. So like when PNC said, like, this is just one level, or how to salute to the homies out in PA, or PA gang, everybody out there in the world doing
BJ.
Big up to the homie Meek Mills. Like he said, there's levels to this, right?
Exactly.
So it's like it's one level or one corridor or one compartment that we have as far as Smif-N-Wessun. It's Born and Raised, which you get an extension of the Soundboy, T.I., So yeah.
Gotcha. Now, so where y'all, a lot of niggas, you know what I mean, when I told them, like, yo, we gonna have Smif-N-Wessun on air, yo, like, I mean, the shit was going crazy. Like, everybody was thirsty. They was happy. Like, you know what I mean? So, but it also, some people were coming at me like, yo, where they been? Like, so, I mean,
Where they been?
yeah, like, I mean, so, I mean, you know, people get that, you know what I mean, from time to time where they been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so, I mean, was it a lapse where y'all touring overseas? Like, where y'all, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, what's going on? Answer the question. People want to know.
All right. We just talk about our LP, which is not an LP, it's an EP.
Exactly.
Which is our sixth release as Smif-N-Wessun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only our sixth release because, due to politics and so on and so forth, it probably would have been 7 or 8. Not counting the projects that we've done with Boot Camp Quick.
Exactly.
Not counting the many features that we've done with everybody that you could possibly name in the industry. Our discography is very lengthy.
Exactly.
So it's not where we've been, it's where you've been. And where you have been looking at for the music that you've been seeking.
Exactly.
So, or have you been seeking, or have you just been, falling for what
It's
people
just
tell
one shit fall in their lap.
Falling in laps.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you mush.
Oh, I wonder what
Give you
album
mush.
dropping today. Here, there you go.
Give you mush.
Give you that garbage.
Like you promote your album so much, or you think you promoting it, and it's like the homie next door that lived to you for 3 years and asked you, yo, when you dropping something new?
Exactly.
Nigga, I just told you I've been promoting for a month and I was dropping last week. You ain't pick it up? Or is that the only thing you have to say to a person when you say, oh, when you got something new coming out, God, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna download that. Alright, but it's been out already, so like you said, it's where you been and what are you doing to acquire what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Don't sit home and watch the Grammys and be mad because Macklemore won all these Grammys. Because you cats is out here in the streets and y'all looking at cats that's making music and you like, I don't like him. I don't like her. Like, when we start doing that, let's be honest. Like, Smif-N-Wessun catalog is thorough. Our catalog is thorough. Like we on some Isaac Hayes tip. Like we trying to be like Marvin Gaye. We trying to be like Bob Marley. We trying to make music that will last forever. Like we ain't even think about like our second single. We told you we like not to go out like the rest to be the best, just to get rough hits off our chest, nothing less. Get it on. Like we told you a long time ago. So what's real is and I bring Macklemore up because I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day, and he was tight because the homies was tight. Like, yo, son, we gotta, this hip hop thing, what they trying to say? What they trying to say ain't what they trying to say, what you trying to say.
What are you doing?
Like, hip hop is there for us. Like, you wanna know what's going on with Smif-N-Wessun, like, what you Googling? You wanna know how to make a bookshelf? Google, how do I make a bookshelf? You wanna know what's going on with Smif-N-Wessun? Google, what's going on with Smif-N-Wessun? Like the last album I heard was The Shiner, but you know what? What's not happening is they not asking those questions.
Exactly.
So this is why you guys are here. This is why we have a Good Times Radio.
Exactly.
This is why we have this discussion. This is why we have this discourse, this discourse to bring it to you, because we are the people who bring the information, the news, be on the street level. It's not the cats that you've been waiting for to bring you a billboard that you never pay attention to, or play you music that you hate. So we do this, man. Like, you gotta pay attention, baby. And if you've been missing for a long time, we ain't even mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You can start at Rude Awakening, or you can start at the Born and Raised, where we at right now.
Yeah.
Big up to K Salam and Beatnik, the producers on the entire EP. Big up to all the producers that produce music to make these artists sound great. And start there, and then you can go to duckdown.com. You can go there and you want to find out what's going on with the family and all that. But we working, baby. Smif-N-Wessun never stop working. Don't ever get it twisted. Bucktown.
Now, Duck Down, y'all been with Duck Down for ever.
Since the beginning.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, are y'all like a real family there? Like, I mean, what's...
Yeah, we was family before we even got into the music thing.
Yeah.
So that's why we able to have the longevity that we got. I mean, within different groups, it's like even with your brothers and sisters, you meet friends throughout your course of life that you hang out more than with your natural brother, or it's just the chemistry clicks between different people. So all of us, we came up together. We came from junior high, from elementary school, from the same hoods, and eventually was put together through marriage and different family members. So we like I said, we was family before the music thing. So it goes deeper than rap.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So how do y'all feel about the industry today compared to when y'all started out?
Feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah, y'all don't have no gripes or no opinions.
Absolutely.
You said absolutely.
When you don't have no gripes. When you ever woke up and was like, yo, today everything is perfect. Just building with the young guy, I'm like, wow, I want to wake up and be like that. I know it's possible. That's what we work towards, right? But we've also been given a gift, which is hip hop.
Exactly.
And we get to add on to it to make it greater. So if we sit here and be like, yo, this is not working, well, get up out of here, man. You not working, man.
Gotcha.
Get up out of here, man, because we working, man. We doing things.
Blessings to keep at it, to still be doing it.
Exactly.
That's why it's great, because it's supposed to have been dead like 10, 20 years ago, bro. They try to kill this, man. Like, we had cats fighting all kind of versions of other people trying to kill it, like even to the politicians trying to kill hip hop or gangster rap. Like, we saw that. We saw people steamrolling over CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We seen people before that saying like, this is a fad, it's not gonna last. And then we saw it continue to go. We even seen Nasir say, yo, hip hop is dead. And then Cat said, well, I hear you, Nas. And hip hop continued to flourish, even to a point where dudes with no lyrics can get like 2, 3, 4 million for a project. You know what I mean? So hip hop is actually looking way better than it looked. And big up to Cool Herc and Africa Bambaataa, because them cats probably wasn't getting nothing for the things that they was doing. They wasn't asking no questions about it. They was just creating something great. Little did they know that they was going to create something that one day a cat could get paid 7,000 or 7 million.
Life changing.
Yeah.
That's kind of big. I don't know.
Exactly.
You tell me. I might be tripping a little bit.
Life changing.
I mean, nah, you're right. I mean, yeah, because again, I mean, me and my homeboy actually just had this conversation, you know, about Cool Herc and African Bambaataa, how they made it a culture, but then he was also broke down how Russell Simmons was the one that actually made it a business.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, so yeah, like you said, so big up to them cats. You know what I mean?
Add on.
Not even really. It was a business back back in the Motown days with Barry Gordy and they was about that business.
There you go.
Of course, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about like in the hip hop era.
It came to us, right? It was presented to us on a more scale of a Russell Simmons and a Crush Groove. So now that's like when we talk with our homies, nobody actually knew what was really going on in hip hop because it wasn't nobody bringing it back to our hood to us reporting to us like we do now.
Exactly.
So now our nephews and little cousins, they know what's happening and they want to be a part of it. And it's room here for everybody. Just you gotta do it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Now there's people like the newer generation. Prime example, Marissa that's sitting behind you. Shorty only 20 years old. When I told her I was having you guys on the show, Shorty almost shit her pants. Like, you know what I mean? Like she was like straight up. Like
that's her sweet soul.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm mad you put your
nah, so I mean, but the thing is that's good. So I'm like, so I mean, because I've always learned that artists, I mean, every day you get a new fan.
Fine too, so it's not even like putting it on blast. It's like
not blast in a bad way, but she probably
you know
didn't
what I
want to
mean?
get embarrassed like that.
My bad, Marissa.
Real recognize real. If real recognize real, it's not embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she was happy. Yeah, I mean, even I got an intern named Gary, little Jewish dude. You know what I mean? Same shit. He was like, oh shit, for real. I'm surprised he ain't here now. Like, so you're reaching that younger audience. You know what I'm saying? They only 20 years old. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
and not what's crazy about that? Like when we just came from where was we at? In Czechoslovakia. Where is that?
That was one of them.
It was just the show was packed, and the age group was like standing from 15 and up.
oh yeah?
From 15, literally 14, 15, you seen the growth of it going from layers of the crowd that was in there.
Exactly.
And everybody was rocking with each other. They knew the music, they understood it, they felt it. It was beautiful. And so when you can spread that to different cultures as well as age groups coming up, you gotta keep rocking.
Exactly. Now you just mentioned different cultures. Because believe it or not, I actually used to work for Duck Down like years ago. I used to work for Noah, so shout out to
I know
Noah.
when I first seen you, I was like, yeah, Mr. Walt doing radio, DTF, and beat
I mean, but when I worked for Duck Down, you know what I mean? I remember doing a show with Sean Price.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that audience, everybody that was in there, they was not only were they like a younger crowd, but they were predominantly white. You know what I mean? And I feel like
there ain't too many hip hop shows that's not predominantly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my question is, I mean, do you feel like the white audience is a more loyal fan base than our own people?
Hell no.
I wouldn't say that at all.
No.
I wouldn't say that at all.
Nah?
Hell no.
Because we have, like Smif-N-Wessun has a beautiful fan base. BCC has a dope fan base, like from day one. And it's like each fan has their own different perception of the artist. Like certain fans only want to hear what they first heard you for and known you for, so they don't give you that room to let your foot grow out of your sneakers, so to say. You know what I mean? So it depends on the fan itself. Like the fan can also grow with the artist, and as long as he's gonna stay on track with you, that's the most important right there.
Exactly.
So nah, man, I wouldn't say one race of fan is loyal than the other, not at all, because it all boils to the music.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's like saying which kid you love. The son or your daughter. Like, you know, it's different relationships, but it's the same. You know, the love comes from the same place. It's
Exactly.
The source. You know, it's like the attention goes to the ones who need the attention. The ones who need attention are the ones who apply themselves. Or sometimes it's the one who don't apply themselves. You might see somebody over there who's not getting attention because you go overseas. We go overseas, like you said, you just came from Czechoslovakia, and these cats is like, yo, y'all got merch? And we like, oh, we don't got no merch. You know what I'm saying? Well, they like, well, we don't have stores where you can go and buy the stuff.
But we had the little drop card shit though.
We had drop cards.
It was like, nah, fuck that.
Like, nah.
We want the actual.
We want
They want the real
something. Give me
deal.
something I can feel. Right? So it's like, yo,
Sign my titty.
yeah, give me something I can take home. I want a piece of something that I can have, like all of that airborne, you spreading this, and I can download this and put it on my phone. I'm cool, great, I get that part, but give me something I can feel.
Exactly.
So as long as people exist, people are gonna have the need to having an engagement with other people, and that's, you know, hip hop puts you there. Like, we don't always force you to have to download something, but if we get there, then we lose what hip hop is about, what music is about.
Yeah.
The connection of people who don't necessarily have anything except for what they hold within themselves, and they share that. And that itself is priceless.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I mean, so I know y'all just dropped Born and Raised. You know what I mean? So I know it's still fresh. You know what I mean? But my question is still like, what's next for y'all?
Work.
Back into the lab again. We're gonna go and start working on a new project with 88 Keys.
Oh, okay.
So we actually got some showcases that we helping spread throughout the different parts of the hood for the up and coming artists. Yeah. Showing them the ropes. Like it ain't really no A&Rs at the labels no more.
Nah, not at all.
There's no big brothers and uncles in the hood no more. So when you find a youngin' and put them under the wing and groom them and show them certain things, that's the best part of giving back to the hood. Like we always rap where we come from and give back to where we come from.
Exactly.
So I mean, we just working, just staying busy. A lot of people, other artists, Backblocks, Team Pal, just a couple of joints it don't stop.
Now, are they under?
We gotta.
Nah, they're not under Duck Down.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
No. This is all Bucktown.
Bucktown Beer Gang.
You can't even get the Duck Down if you don't go through the basic training. You can't even get the boot camp if you don't go through the basic training.
Oh, and the new boot camp album.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
That's about to start happening too. We're actually taking submission beats right now.
Really?
Did y'all hear that?
Not here. I know 20 million producers. You know what I mean? How could they?
As long as they got that heat, get it to Duck Down.
Yeah. How could they get beats to you guys?
Do Duck Down.
Oh, go through Duck Down.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Cool. So y'all hear that, producers? Y'all listening out there? I know a couple out in DC that was actually trying to make it up here to New York just to see you guys here on the show. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So definitely. Okay, so if y'all listening, I mean, they looking for beats for that new boot camp album. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? All right, cool. Well, Tech, my question to you, and forgive my ignorance, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. You know what I mean? But I want to ask about the tattoo. You know what I mean? It's similar to the Tyson tattoo. You know what I mean? What does it symbolize?
This means is that I'm a warrior. Like, this is like our heritage. Like, you ever seen a movie, like, the best way I describe it is like Predator and Aliens.
Exactly.
When they kill a enemy, they mark their face with the joint. So that's what it is. Like, it's survival, man. We in this jungle, this concrete jungle. Shaka out this bitch.
Gotcha.
Word up. But that's what it means for the most part. It's a warrior.
Gotcha. So it's a warrior tag.
Yeah, my family is Indian, so we all chiefs and warriors like that. So that's what that's about.
Gotcha. So mute Mia, because she's thinking about getting another tattoo, and she is a warrior, so she should get the same thing, right?
Nah, don't do that. What's crazy, like, this started out, I tried it for a test run. I was at my man Trey P's son baby party. He was about maybe 3-4 years old. But it's so many kids, and then it's the parents of the adults, and nobody is like mingling with each other. They're just like damn near ready to go. Like, kids round them up to get our face painted, since they got the face painter cloud, but nobody's using them. So we get our face painted, and my man's son, he accidentally swiped it across my eye, and it just happened to fit in the same way. And they was like, oh shit, that shit look like the Tyson shit. You might as well do that.
Yeah.
So I put it on for, the remaining of the party. Then I went and got it tested with some henna. And I think like for the summer I had that shit. And it was just like, I'm not saying the compliments made me do it, but it was different. When I first got my joint, it wasn't a tattoo. It wasn't as with tats on their face running around rampant, except for probably me, Mike, and a couple of other niggas. So, and then it just became Beer Gang trademark tat. And that's how it came into play, really.
Gotcha. All right, people. So that's how y'all know. Because a couple people asked me the same. I said, y'all want to know too. Like, yeah, man, what is it?
Yo, but hold up. See, this is the thing, man. Just because you see a dude with a tat on his face, what you gonna do? You gonna get a tat and say, all right, this is cool.
It don't work for everybody.
Nah,
you gotta fix yourself. Get your life right, man.
Yeah.
Get your life right. Like, you look at the tech, like that's Tech TEK. That's the enemy killer right there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about when you can hold certain responsibilities, like once that needle touch your skin, like ain't no turning back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It gotta mean something to you, like you said. Once it's in, it's in.
So y'all, how do y'all feel about Gucci Mane's ice cream tattoo on his face?
To each his own. I ain't gotta wear that shit.
I think Gucci Mane is dope.
Nah, Gucci fire. You know what I mean? Just
Who I trust? Me. CEO, CFO. Who I? Hey, supply everything. Man, I love that dude, man.
Word.
All right.
Shout out to Gucci. You know what I mean?
Gucci, Guwa. Salute, man. Stop
Exactly.
that bullshit, man. Come on, man. You need your
That's family.
Yeah.
We related through the bloodline.
Yeah.
Frenchie, my little cousin.
Word? Oh, that's what's up.
Real life story.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's good. I mean, so with that being said, what y'all saying, you know, shout out to Gucci and, you know, Frenchie. Because, I mean, are there any of these newer artists that y'all be willing to work with, these other artists that y'all wouldn't mind working with?
Man, Smif-N-Wessun, we don't got time. You never seen us with no Smif-N-Wessun beef with no other rappers.
Yeah.
Because we men, we kept from day one, we came in this game as men of respect. We gave respect and we was giving respect back.
Exactly.
So that's what it is, man. We don't got no whatever. If you want to work, let's work. It'll help us at the same time. It'll help them, whoever it is.
Exactly.
So that's why we got bodies of work with Mary J, Bounty Killer, and the Big Pun joint was in effect, but it just didn't, pan out the way it's supposed to do. But we've been here to do this. We was playing for a reason, for the Most High. It's a bigger plan. It's bigger than us. We ain't got time to hold grudges or say, nah, I would never work with a nigga from that side of the town. Or, nah, that shit is corny, man.
Exactly. Okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? That's what's up. I mean, so is there a Duck Down boot camp tour or something like that could be in the works potentially?
It could be in the works. It's gonna be in the works. We just gotta, like I said, we just really started to work on the album. We haven't even been into the studio to record the first joint yet.
Gotcha.
So as we get more grounded and start to advance into making it, then definitely the tours will come. Yeah, we can start taking suggestions for the name so they can hit y'all up. Y'all can all join in and make it something beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah, hold on, no. We just dropped Born and Raised. I don't want to lose sight of that.
Exactly. Nah, we're definitely not gonna lose sight of that.
Nah, I know you're not gonna lose sight of that. I know you gonna not lose sight of that. But the people have a sense of like, colors change. It's like it just get real, different and start blending.
Sure.
For people.
Sure.
And what's real is like, music is a part of your history. Music is not just a record that you drop for a time and then what else you got. You know what I mean? It's like it's a time in history. Like I'm still listening to Isaac Hayes. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Right now, like this morning I wake up and listen to Isaac Hayes. I'm like, damn, if he wouldn't have made this 8 years ago, like I wouldn't even be able to feel how I feel right now.
Sure.
Going out in the world and talk to the people about what I'm about to talk about right now. Like,
Gotcha.
how can I be as positive as I am right now, knowing that I'm in a game that's a game? You feel me? Like everybody in the game don't win, but this is what happened when you look at Tech and Steel. Like shit, we put out Bucktown, the single, in 1994. It's 2014. You feel me? Like to be alive, dude. Like to be alive. Like it must be some purpose for us to be here and to be like, all right, we about to celebrate this next month. Right. We don't even celebrate our existence, our
next
accomplishments.
month. For anybody who never seen us perform, you can come check us out at the
Club Pyramid.
Okay.
That's
March
next
5th.
month, March 5th.
Okay, that's what's up. So is that like a born and raised, like, is that like
We're gonna take you through
like,
the time changes. Like
okay.
you said, this is going on years that we've been in the game, man. So we can't just perform one album and then just be like, all right, thank you for coming out, good night. So, we're gonna have some fun on stage, plus we got other up and coming acts that's gonna be entertaining the people that people come to rock with. So,
all the questions you ask, yo, what do you think about the
only
game
$10.
now? What we think about the game now? Look at the homies we rocking with right now. We still in the hood. We invested in new cats. We not so hung up on ourselves as artists. We not mad as artists of what we didn't do or what we gotta do. We like, all right, we accomplished certain things. Now we rocking with the youth. You know what I mean? We doing what maybe some older cats didn't do with us.
Exactly.
Smif-N-Wessun ain't had no older cats tutoring us. We came in Tech and Steel. We came in PNC. We came in straight off these streets, straight off these Brooklyn streets, straight off the slab, straight off of the assembly line of Decepticons. And he's like, yo, how are we gonna apply this military mind into this ground? And we did it, and we started bringing people into the fold with us, helped to scale the rock, and we brought the family into a hip hop fold. And then we started looking through things through a hip hop scope, but we forgot about the streets, not us, but the people that's watching the thing unfold.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you never forget where it comes from. I never hate on any of these cats in the streets. Big up to everybody out there, because everybody comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? We not where they at. You know know what I mean? And we can all identify with the music, and we can't really hate on the game because the game is a reflection of what the people is feeling or what they thinking.
Exactly.
So now you got cats like Smif-N-Wessun who just been around. Like you may not have heard it, but we still around. So what does that say about you? Like we still around, you still around. All right, well let's get familiar.
Exactly.
You got time to sit down and break it up and chop it up. Like we ain't missed
Born
nothing.
and raised.
You know what I mean? 360 degrees back home. We been knew this was going to happen, so we had to figure it out. If we gonna act like a-holes, you know what I mean?
Nah,
or we gonna wait for the cycle to spin around and say, all right, now here we are again. Each one teach one, and that's where Smif-N-Wessun get the whole concept of born and raised.
Gotcha.
Nobody is where they born and raised at. A lot of us are living in the United States of America as second-class citizens, as people who are of maybe a West Indian descent who may have been born here and now they live here, or second generations or whatever. They grew up with us in the 90s, they watched the whole change, the whole demographic, and now they get to the 20,000s and you watch a decade go by and now you be like, yeah, where you at, dog? Then you like, wow, Smif-N-Wessun still there.
Exactly.
So let me check my fresh. I'm good. Am I good? Born and raised, G. That's what that's about. That's 360 degrees back home. That's the shining. That's rude awakening. You know what I mean? That's reloading. That's everything that we said, and now standing by it, standing behind it, standing in front of it, and saluting all the people that stood with us. Because these are the individuals like that grew with us and enabled us the platform to be like, word, y'all like that sound, boy. Wow. Yeah, y'all like that sound, boy, because for the cats that grew up with us being first generation or second generation West Indians, like being we the first people from our home in New York or in the Bronx or in Jersey or whatever, but we are West Indians, we're Jamaicans, we're not in Jamaica no more, but yeah, yo, word up, we locking down this block, but our culture is still rich.
Exactly.
How do we show that? Hip hop. Country music don't do that. Pop music don't do that. Rock music don't do that. Only hip hop take every genre, every culture, and invite it.
Exactly.
See it?
That's what's up.
So that's what we doing. That's what's in it. That's what's in the works for Smif-N-Wessun. We doing so much. It's too much to even to detail out because there's no piece of this thing that we're not gonna have a hand in.
Gotcha.
So check my brethren on the web series. You know, for Color Boys, you see him doing the acting thing. Very dope at it.
Born and raised.
You see us doing our rap, see us doing our reggae rap. Check us with 88 Keys. Follow up on duckdown.com. You gotta stay tuned to the social network. Text Smokey Law on Twitter, Instagram. General still on Twitter, Instagram. Like you gotta stay focused, like how you stay focused.
Exactly.
Act like you under a rock right now. Word up, you can't do that right now. You can't hide it.
Exactly.
You got under a rock, you got Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's just been a gentleman the whole time.
Word.
So, okay, so being
Yo, you should come over here with us, man. Like, go over there, man. Yo,
That's right, your number one fan. She hiding.
Oh my God.
You
got
my chick. Come over here, yo. Come over here.
Get her a little closer.
Yeah, sit in the middle, yo. Word up. We chill. There you go, beautiful. There you go. Word up. See?
Marissa's there.
Marissa's here.
Yeah, make sure you got that.
Word. This is what hip hop do. You see, hip hop recognizes and we act on it. You know, we proactive, not reactive. We proactive. So if there's something that we see we can act upon and we can add on or subtract, like how the God say, build and destroy. Like we reach out for that and we keep it growing. Because if we did it right now, if I say, yo, hip hop is messed up right now, yo, they got all these kids running around rapping about whatever they want to rap about. What we did. Hey, you know what I mean? Let's not get too old to understand how to grow. You know, let's not get grown and stop growing. You know what I mean? So this is where we at. We building. You know?
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question, but Ms. Charisma, you said you had any question you were gonna ask her.
Yeah, I do. I say so much. But no, my question is basically being that Born and Raised is basically more like a reggae sound and things like that. Like just reggae influenced everything, like you said, you can make it, things like that. So for me being a New Yorker, and then also for me being like somebody that's been watching y'all since Video Music Box and things like that, I keep my ears to the streets as far as events and things like that. I don't go to like today's ASAP Ferg and things like that. So would I be able to catch y'all at like Irie Jamboree, Sting 30?
We Well, this is the first album that we made like this. So it's been back and forth to see if we can or be booked for those type of all year rockin' and rolling festivals.
Well,
like
not
that.
all year, but at least like the biggest ones. Like you're familiar with Irie Jamboree.
I mean, hopefully we will be.
Cause I would love to. I would love
So
to come
will
out
we.
in the park and see y'all rock like
So
in my
will
hood.
we.
Like that would just
Where
be
you
like.
from? Where you from?
awesome.
Because they
Where
say
you
like
from?
all these
I'm
Twitter
from Queens,
shit.
St. Louis.
We gotta see what promoters it is
Because
to
if it
make
cuts
something
off.
happen.
Irie Jamboree.
Irie
Alright, yeah, Irie, yeah.
Now, Irie Jamboree.
When did that happen?